Here's an interesting story. High school senior Texanna Edwards was banned from her prom for wearing a Confederate flag dress. She was kicked out of the prom a few days ago because she was wearing a dress that resembled the Confederate flag. We have that picture up for our television audience. School officials said she couldn't wear it because it's offensive and inappropriate. They actually told her in advance that she should not wear it. She came to the event wearing the dress. She was told, you can change and come back. She didn't. And she was not allowed there. Now, this is really a question of what? Is the Confederate flag racist? We've talked about this on the program before. And is it a violation of some kind of free speech to be able to wear it or not? Now, we kind of have to come up with an analogy to think about this beyond just the specifics of the Confederate flag. If somebody showed up with a dress that just had a swastika pattern all over it, would that be acceptable? And is that a good place to start kind of thinking about this, Lewis?
Well, I mean, see, this is another thing where we're getting into freedom of speech and whatever rules the school has for clothing like this.
Okay.
Right? So if the school has decided that she is not allowed to, you're not allowed to wear something like this on school property during school time. But
listen to those terms, like this. How are you defining like this? Something that some find offensive? What if people are offended?
I guess something offensive. I mean, I consider it hate speech.
Okay. I mean, I think what we're getting at, the arguments we're getting from conservatives on this is that the Confederate flag just isn't racist, right? I mean, we hear that all the time. Some say it's about states' rights. It's not racist at all. The reality is that you're kind of denying common sense and reality because the Confederate flag has been used it is now predominantly used by many racist groups, right? And this idea that it's just this completely benign symbol, I don't buy at all. But then we do get into the question of where is the line? If someone says they're offended by pictures of Jesus and someone wears a Jesus dress, is that grounds for having the person change as well? I don't know where you draw the line on this one. Natan, what do you think?
I'm not sure. I'm trying to think of what role the person's intention has. So, for example, if someone wears a swastika and this person, let's say a 10-year-old,
yeah,
and you determine that this person actually doesn't know who the Nazis are or what this symbol means. They got it from the original thing that it represented in thousands of years ago. It predates the Nazis. So
sure.
In that case, you could say, well, the kid didn't know what he was doing, but the symbol has a meaning to everyone else.
The question is, what will the effect be on those around the person?
Right. So anyway, if everyone is interpreting this symbol as being incredibly offensive, but obviously not everyone will because some people won't know what it means, or some people will say, yeah, I'm a Nazi, but I don't think it's hate speech. So in that situation, I really have no answer. I mean,
for me, the debate is not whether the Confederate flag itself is racist. I mean, it was dusted off to terrorize blacks who had the audacity to fight Jim Crow laws. It's a symbol of hatred and defiance. It has been for a long time. The SPLC, which is a group that has a long categorized and cataloged hate groups, said that at least 500 extremist groups use the Confederate flag for its symbolism. So the question is, what if it were... Intellectually, I think that this shouldn't be allowed, and I think it offends others, and it creates...
Shouldn't be allowed anywhere in the country?
It creates tension. That's the thing. Do you just ban it from existing? You
no,
can't
but hold
really...
on a second. Do you think it should be banned because it's offensive or because it's an incitement to violence? Because those aren't the same thing. If it's purely offensive, you can find anything that's offensive to some people.
Well, that's the thing. How do you agree on what is officially offensive? Like I said, there may be atheists who are offended by a dress with pictures of Jesus. Does that mean you should ban it?
I don't think so, no. Because it's not representative of something racist or violent. I mean, I don't think it should be banned.
Many would argue...
Swastikas aren't banned.
Many would argue that Christianity is violent.
That's an opinion.
So is the opinion. Well, okay, but then we're getting into... People can say, no, your opinion that the Confederate flag is offensive or racist is wrong.
I don't really think that's an opinion. I think clearly it stands for something that is racist.
But Natan, you see where I'm going with this.
I know where you're going, but there is something to what Lewis is saying, which is that there is a consensus that a symbol of Jesus isn't in and of itself a symbol of oppression or a symbol of hate, whereas the Confederate flag has been used since the Civil War to represent that time that was very discriminatory.
Are we basically saying you need to handle every single one of these on a one-on-one basis? Can we not make any general rule about this? I mean, maybe that's okay.
People should be allowed to wear it. Swastikas are allowed. The Confederate flag should be allowed.
A
It's free
swastika
speech.
dress should be allowed at a school prom.
No. You're not understanding what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm saying according to freedom of speech,
Okay.
freedom of expression,
Sure.
it should be allowed in the country. The schools have their own rules about clothing and what is acceptable. So that's fine. If the school deems it offensive, she shouldn't be allowed to wear it at that school.
I think it's a slippery slope, but maybe we need to, what we're basically getting at is a one-on-one handling of what is an offensive dress. Okay,
Right.
No arguments. We're going to have to leave it there. Please send me your thoughts about this. Voicemails at 2192-DAVID-P or emails through our website, davidpakman.com. Let's take a break. Like the show on Facebook, facebook.com/David Pakman Show. We'll be back next. We'll talk with Dennis Campbell about the phone hacking scandal and the shocking admissions today from Rupert Murdoch.
The David Pakman Show at davidpakman.com.